and welcome to episode 5 of Inside the Black Box. Today I'm going to try to make it to move from area to area. This new addition to the game is going to require handling input. So, I know I said be recording everything. The thing is, I never actually made this class. Look, it's a game component. I never actually made this class. I took it from another program I just found Googling the internet. I have no idea where I got it, and I updated it a lot. So I'm just going to make a component in game, and I'm done. This is all you need to do. I don't believe it'll make an error, but I guess just so I don't go too far ahead, I'll run it. There, it's running properly. It's like I actually had quite a few problems with this. I forgot, before you add in a component, you have to do new class this. This includes this game. It allows it to work. I don't know the technical terms. And then you add the component, and then you initialize it. If you want it to run immediately or whenever you want it to run, you do .enabled and you equal it to true. Whenever you want to turn it off, just do enabled equal false. I'm not using drawable content, but if you were, you do .visible, I believe. Alright, so I made handle input inside travel, and every update I'm making it so that it gets the same thing from in-game. I'm not sure how components work. This is the only way I know how to do it. Now to make a choices class. I suppose I'll call it. So I've decided here's how I'm going to take it. I'm going to move X track and Y track here so I could have it with all my other information, just keep it nice and pretty. Now what I'm going to do is make an enumeration for all the choices I'm going to do and put those in a list. So I'm going to have scavenge. For now, I'll just have these two. And I should probably stop with all the global variables. It shouldn't be in draw. I'm going to have it in here. Alright, I caught up a little bit in programming. Figured I'd show you what I was working on. I am changing how encounter works, like it's single int. I plan on just having it give back an ID. So here's my plan. I'll just roll with it. Roll, huh? And I'll have that as rolled as well. This just makes sure that that there is something in the list that I'll be giving it. So list top one. I think that's how I do it. Is less than roll, so that means roll be greater than this. Then roll is equal to list top. And this should be giving it the ID number. So for now, I'm going to add a for loop here. There. So now it's going to cycle through while TOF is left, then top. The TOF acronym, the Odd Fellow. Not the character from The Last Airbender. It's not going to run it. Oh, that's why. I'm not even sure if this will work. That's mostly programming. I have no pseudocode. That is a bad idea. Always write pseudocode. It's always more helpful if you have a plan of what to do. Alright, permanently changed. I don't need that last thing. I already have it as null, and it's going to stay null until it gets something in that list. So I'll just say, hey, are you null? Alright, you're not. Go into checks, and we'll see what they rolled. Now on to actually getting out of the black box stuff and going into making it manifest. Alright, I'm actually moving a lot here behind the scenes. I've got to stop that because I want to show you how I'm coding, and maybe you could get new ideas, or maybe you can get motivated to do your own. But here's the thing, I made choices a list. Whenever an area class, that's a private global variable that I'm going to initialize, and whenever one of the methods returns anything that's not 0, which it should be greater than or equal to 0, in case a negative ever gets returned for whatever reason, then I'll add the choice. Now down here, I'm merely going to write the choices. So I'll write that real quick. Alright, and the string is done. Of course, that will always show as long as I put choose up there and draw. But I want it to do something a little bit special. Contains choices search. Will that work? If it does, I want it to write search. And then I'm going to do the same thing for, I'm going to write hunt here. I know they don't know. And counter. I'll probably have that under hunt, but I'm not sure yet. Go up here real quick. Yeah, here we go. I read it was good programming practice to keep enums in all caps, so it's just something I've picked up. Help make my code a little easier, because if you noticed, I got 3 things labeled choice. That makes it a little bit difficult. You always want to give your stuff descriptive names. And then in order to make this matter, I'm going to have generate choices. I'll copy and paste up to here. There we go. Because test is going to be equal to something. If it goes through here, do encounter. Encounter once again. There. Now the thing is, well, actually, only one of my areas have search. So let me add these choices there. I need I named it choose. Now all that's left to do is fire it up and pray it works. And it's not printing. Alright, this time it came up. It went through generate choices, but I'm still not sure why nothing is coming up. This might be the problem. I want it to be if it's not 0. Anything 0 or less. And look, you can see the progress. It's right there. It's right there, and it's utterly screwed up for whatever reason. Great. Alright, begin take number, what? 8, I think. I made it -1, made a few changes, a test to see if the list was actually... Okay, now it's up here. I know how to fix that real easy. There. And here it is. I have search showing up. Yay. Now it may just look like text, but here is the kicker. I have it in areas, checklist. It says if item list is equal to null, then roll a -1. So this will say whether it's null or not. Hold on, might be a problem. I think I screwed up, but there's only one way to test that. Might be more than one way. I might be over exaggerating here. But let's see. I'm going to make change this in the hallway. See if I get the same result. Yep, something's wrong here. This will be the last fix before I call it quits. So I have here in generate choices. Alright, it says if test if the returned is equal to -1, then search. So I'm going to see if that's even viable. Encounter. Here I tried to use monster list as an ability to do it, to go through and see if there is such a thing in there. So if else if. My thought was if the monster list has something in it, it does checks and skip this completely. But I guess it would never actually reach null at all. Alright, one last thing to try. So maybe I could put boy, I'm not sure. I really don't want to hard code it. I want to use the information I have. There, I changed it, made it a little bit less. I made it so that if it went through this and hopefully the last iteration in this for statement, it'll be a -1 and it will show it. And no, well, what do you know? The problem was that I wasn't having rolled equal to checks. Look, I have it returning, but it's not going into a variable. And I didn't do anything about it. And ta-da! Hallway has encounter and apartment has search. Now the reason why it would always come search no matter what I would do is actually rather quite simple. Something I may have mentioned once or 10 times in the past. And that is hard coding. Right here. I copied and pasted and it said search. So it gave me a bit of trouble. Behind the scenes, it was exactly what I wanted, but wasn't displaying what I wanted. So I'm going to do choices, search to string. That'll be the same thing. Well, I'll find a different way to take care of that in a moment. Perhaps on the next episode when I have more time. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, found it insightful, and learned the horrors of hard coding. Maybe next time I'll actually let you see 1/10 of the errors I actually made. Until next time.